Here I'm going to give you a photo montage, not of places and sights, but of the people I met and the experiences I had while I lived in Dublin. I'll tell you about my time there and where I'm headed next. I'm the MadTraveler. I'm traveling the world, and this is my adventure. So, I spent 3 months in Dublin, largely due to visa reasons with traveling in Europe, and also because I found something I hadn't had in a long time: community. When I arrived in Dublin, I only planned to stay for a week or two at most. After the third day, I met people who were living at another hostel, upwards of 20 to 30 people, aged 18 to 30, who were all living there full-time while they worked or went to school or just goofed off. Before this, I didn't even know you could live in a hostel. Needless to say, I swiftly changed hostels and moved in there. When I moved in there, I was immediately welcomed with open arms and open containers, as it were. I made some of the best friends that I had had in a long time, and I had a blast with everyone. The stresses of travel were put on hold, and I could explore the city and its people while getting some writing done. It's here that I really learned to come out of my shell. It's here that I met some amazing people. And it's here that I learned with unequivocal certainty the truth that I have since this time come to know. The people you meet define the experiences you have. The photos you are now seeing are of all of those great people. For better or worse, they defined my experience in Dublin. In fact, it was all of these great people that helped me to get through what was about to happen. Midway through my time in Dublin, my Parisian tour guide, as it were, decided to call it quits. When that happened, well, it sucked. The one thing that had kept me grounded and gotten me through some difficult points in my travels was now gone. Forever. It was my friends in Dublin who helped me to get over it, and without that community, I don't know if I would have continued my travels that year. Having good friends to distract you and brighten up your days and nights and make you feel welcome in a land not of your own is something money can never buy, and it makes you realize just how unimportant the most amazing sights and experiences in the world are without these people. Now, while they helped me to get back up on the horse, in the end, it was one experience with one odd stranger that really got me out of my funk. One day when I was laying in a hammock in a freezing cold room in the hostel, wearing as many layers of clothing as I could get on me, while swinging away and pretty much hating how not only was I really sick, but now I was just broken up with, this guy walked in. He was in his 60s and came into the hammock room around 4 p.m., and clearly he had already been drinking. He then takes his shoes and pants off to get comfortable and sits in the hammock next to me and cracks open a beer. So now there is a pantless old man drinking a beer in the hammock next to me. Hostel life. I tell him what happened and he laughs and tells me about how, after his wife divorced him and kicked him out of his own house, he came back every week to mow the lawn for months just so it wouldn't look like shit in front of the neighbors. I just couldn't imagine a man being kicked out of his own home and then coming back to mow the lawn for months on end. Man, my situation certainly didn't seem so bad after hearing that. Sometimes that's all you need. The realization that in the grand scheme of things, it really isn't that bad. So he gave me a beer, we laughed, toasted, and said f*** it. I gotta say, Dublin and that hostel and those people, friends and random guests alike, made my experience, well, unforgettable. By the end of the 3 months, I was sad to leave, yet ready to go. It was time to kick things off once again. Next up, I make a stopover in London where I meet the right person at the right time and she whisks me away to Spain with her. So stay tuned. Wait, don't go just yet. Make sure to hit that big subscribe button below so you can follow the journey. Tell me what you think about the video in the comments, and if you liked it, hit the like button and give me a thumbs up.